We all know that man-made climate change is one of the most important problems we are facing. And one of the main causes of global warming is the way we rely on fossil fuels. However, we're beginning to see big advances in renewable energy, and in one type in particular. My talk is going to focus on solar power rather than other forms of renewable energy, such as using wind turbines. To be clear, we've always got our energy from the sun. Without it, we wouldn't have any life on Earth. But it's only recently that we've begun to harness the sun's power in a large-scale way. And we need to go for clean, cheap, alternative forms of energy soon. We shouldn't be relying on fossil fuels, coal, oil and gas, which have not only been polluting our planet for decades, but will run out at some point in the future. Energy from the sun, on the other hand, is brilliant. It's clean, and the sun is an unlimited source of power. Well, it might explode and disappear in a few billion years' time, but we don't have to worry too much about that. As technology advances, solar power is going to get cheaper and cheaper. It's predicted that solar power will be cheaper than oil or gas in just a few years' time. It will become one of the cheapest renewable energies, more affordable than wind turbines or even nuclear power. It's also the fastest growing form of energy, particularly in places like China and India, which are very keen on using solar power. China has invested more in solar power than any other country and has more solar panels than any other country. Clearly, countries which depend less on fossil fuels, like oil and gas, can expect to have a big advantage in the future. Some countries, like Spain and Morocco, which are naturally sunny and have huge empty areas of desert, also have a big advantage. By 2020, Morocco is hoping that solar power will fulfill 50% of its energy needs. The Spanish government recently estimated that solar power could become the #1 form of energy by 2030. What's more, countries like these may even become the new global superpowers in terms of energy, able to export energy to countries in Northern Europe in much the same way as some countries export oil or gas now. So, do we all have to install solar panels on our houses? Do we have to see big solar power farms with fields full of panels soaking up the light? Well, technology is getting better and more inventive all the time. In France, for example, the village of Tourouvre-au-Perche now has a 1-kilometer road made up completely of solar panels. It looks just like a normal road, and cars can drive on it, but it's expected to generate energy to power all the streetlights in the village. Imagine if all our roads and motorways were made up of solar panels. If the road in France is successful, then thousands of kilometers of France's motorways could one day be developed to harness the sun's energy. Not only that, but it's possible to create entire buildings which can meet their own energy needs, thanks to special glass panels which look like normal glass, but which extract sunlight and transform it into usable power. One technology company's headquarters in California is one such building, one of the greenest buildings in the world, and is completely powered by renewable energy. Even in cloudy Denmark, which gets much less sunshine than somewhere like Spain or Morocco, there is now an entire school coated with no fewer than 12,000 solar panels. These manage to fulfill 50% of the school's energy needs. This school is just one of a growing list of amazing buildings around the world that show us where the future might lie. One thing is sure, we need to slowly stop relying so much on traditional forms of energy, like oil or gas, and get across the message that alternatives are available. We need to find creative ways to change the architecture in our buildings or in our infrastructure so that they generate all their own energy. If we don't do this soon, then we could be in big trouble. and we certainly can't keep on using the amounts of non-renewable fuels that we do at the moment.